Let's go live to Washington, and our Sky News host Laura Jays is with me. Laura, the first polls have closed in Indiana and Kentucky.
Yeah, and another hour, some more will close as well, and we'll start to get an indication of how things are trending. With me, former White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney here in the capital, Washington, D.C. Good to see you. You've been hitting the phones. What is your mail at this point? Where are the trends?
Some really interesting data coming out from exit polls. Exit polls don't carry as much weight as they used to, Laura, because so many people vote early, but it does give us an insight as to who's showing up, the type of people who are showing up. And what we're seeing so far today is generally the younger people are not voting as heavily as they did 2 and 4 years ago, and older people are. So folks under 30, slightly underperforming, folks over 65, slightly overperforming. Typically, that demographic makeup would tend to make you think the Republicans are going to do better than they otherwise would. So you look at those mega trends. This is across the country now, not individual races. So it looks like the electorate might be more Republican than people expect.
Yeah, of course. It's not going to be unified. There is going to be different results in different states because of different issues. But on a macro level, and looking at the national messaging we saw from both the major parties, I mean, the Democrats went so hard on abortion rights. Does this early trend or early data show you that that simply did not work as well as the Democrats hoped it would?
It looks like it's not even registering in the top 3 or 4 issues. People are focused on jobs and the economy, crime, a little bit of the border, a little bit about Democratic security, but it cuts both ways with Republicans and Democrats, so it's not just a Democrat issue. And abortion is fairly low down the list in terms of what's driving, especially these independent, those swing voters out to vote tonight.
Yeah, when we talk about American politics and the midterms, we've got to remind our Australian audience that it's non-compulsory voting here. It's very different to Australia. So you need these issues, sometimes cultural issues, sometimes, not just economic issues, but those personal issues to get people out to motivate them. On the economy this time around, I mean, it's literally affecting everybody right around the world, not just here in America. Is that enough of a motivator, do you think, to get people out and vote? What do you think is getting people to turn up?
It is, and it's one of those things that doesn't happen all the time, because you're right, sometimes there's not that unifying issue that sort of affects everybody. When times are pretty good, people tend to spend more time worrying about things like health care and education. But when times are rough, everybody starts to look at the economy. And so that's what you're seeing here tonight. And keep in mind, when the elections usually turn on issues of security, crime, and the economy, generally speaking, the Republicans do better in this country. When it's about education and welfare and health, generally the Democrats do better. It looks like this will be an election about the economy.